Protoss Mage feels a lot better after the nerfs. Why are you looking at me like that? Do I have something on my face? So in this video, I'm gonna give you a quick guide about it, talk about the mulligans, win rates, as well as some general tips so you know how to play with and against this deck. If you're serious about Hearthstone, drop a like and subscribe to the channel, and don't forget you can hammer some Hearthstone coaching. Now, let's check out the deck.
You are not prepared!
I tried this deck before the patch came through, and honestly I didn't do all that well with it, but after the patch, I definitely feel like a lot of its bad matchups actually did get nerfed, and they're not as popular out there right now, so you should be having a much easier time climbing with this one. You're gonna see even from the first game how disgusting this deck can be, because we literally kept the opponent at like, what, 6-7 turns with a full board and everything frozen thanks to things like blizzards, bobs, sleet skaters, that kind of stuff, and honestly, I felt sorry for the guy. But yeah, the deck can be indeed disgusting like that, and it kind of gives you that sense of inevitability that you're just gonna be able to cross that finish line sooner rather than later with the help of those ever-growing Colossuses, because you have so much Discover in this one, so you're bound to be discovering extra Protoss spells here and there. The main Protoss spells in here would be the Photon Cannons, which would be preferred to be used on something that's gonna die thanks to them, because you do want that discount. We have Shield Batteries, which are excellent even in a single turn to be used, plus the discount, or you could do this, let's say, on turn 2 and follow up with a turn 3 Chrono Boost. That can also be pretty awesome. The Resonance Coil is pretty cool as well, giving you extra Protoss spells, including from different classes, so you could high roll something like the Rogue, like the Druid stuff. Those could be pretty cool. The Warp Gate is also in here, and this way you're gonna be able to drop Colossus a lot sooner, and maybe even twice in a single turn if you have a lot of mana and discounts thanks to this thing. So yeah, it can definitely be pretty cool, and you kind of want to be playing it sooner rather than later, so you can actually stack 2 or maybe 3 Warp Gate activations before you start plopping super cheap Colossuses. The Chrono Boosts are obviously also pretty awesome, drawing you the rest of the Protoss stuff. Like, you have so many of Protoss cards, so you're not gonna be sad discovering even a third or fourth copy of this, so you can actually fish out your Protoss cards. Just be careful against classes that are known to be running Dirty Res, because this would be a signal to them that maybe it's time to take their shot and try and pull your Colossus that way. You're gonna see that we actually did lose a game against one Death Knight, but it was mainly the game's fault. Like, we didn't even have a chance of getting ourselves extra minions or not getting ourselves the Colossus. It was just kind of rigged. And last but not least, obviously, we do have the Colossuses, which are pretty cool because they do actually deal the 1 damage, wait out for the Death Rattle, and then deal the second batch of damage, so that can be pretty cool against sticky boards, but it can also be kind of sucky against quill boards, especially if you're planning on grabbing that guy back with the Youthful Brewmaster, because the Colossus might actually end up killing himself if he's the lowest health enemy on the board and the quill board starts sniping it. The rest of the deck has a lot of discoverability, a lot of control stuff, a lot of removal and card draw. We have a couple of Arcane Artificers, which are your only 1-drops in here, so a lot of the times you will be okay tempoing them out. The Primordial Glyphs help you discover extra Protoss stuff. The Youthful Brewmasters are mainly used for your Colossuses, but you could also use them very well on your Sleet Skaters or even on the Mini if you're desperate. Single copy of Rising Wave can help against some tokeny decks. A couple of copies of Tide Pools are pretty cool, and try to be using this when you're actually having a reason to be discovering. Like, yeah, a lot of the time you're going to be looking for Protoss spells, but in some cases it might be better for you to look for something like Blizzards and such, so don't just click it because it's open. Your deck is full of spells, so it's always going to be open if you want it to. The Ancients of Yore are pretty cool, giving you extra card draw and armor. The Exarch Hataru, pretty decent as well. If you don't have this guy, it's definitely not a staple card in the deck, but it can feel pretty cool because you're basically going to be discovering all sorts of different cards. And what you will be looking for, again, would be a bunch of the Protoss stuff, so it's mainly great against slower classes like Death Knights and such, so you can actually really pump up those numbers for the Colossuses. I usually play this guy around after turn 10, maybe I have 10-15 mana helps to Acera, that kind of stuff, and that way you can really maximize your odds of actually getting a lot of stuff out of this guy, and the cost reduction also definitely ain't no joke. The Sleet Skater's absolutely broken, being able to freeze all sorts of big idiots for the opponent can be great, and sometimes you even just freeze a minion over and over again, even after it's frozen just for the sake of gaining tons of armor. That can also be pretty beneficial to you. The Blizzard's excellent stall tool. You could even lock out the opponent if you don't kill anything with the Blizzard. They basically are going to be sitting there with a full frozen board not being able to do anything, so that could be pretty nasty. And same could be said for Bob, even easier because he's not even dealing damage. Puzzle Master Khadgar usually is great. Sometimes he can fuck you. For instance, in one of the games he actually did play Arcane Intellect for me to fuck me over with a bunch of card draw into Fatigue. That was pretty dumb, but sometimes it do be like that. In the end of the day, he's not a Zephyrus, he's just casting random mage spells. We also have a Sarah in here, which does make it a bit easier for you to actually be pulling off a lot bigger combos with Colossus and such. Kind of feels nice. It's just a single card that actually gives you a lot of extra mana to work with, so it definitely felt nice. And of course, last but not least, we have the Colossuses. The main gist of this deck is you want to be controlling the opponent for as long as you can till your Colossuses go really big, and a lot of the times even a single Colossus will be enough to kill most opponents, but against bigger opponents like Death Knights and Warriors and such, you're definitely gonna want to pump those numbers. And you are gonna be able to do this thing up to 4 times generally, with the help of the Brewmasters, so that can be pretty sick. The first Colossus you could even just put on the board and leave it like that for the tempo. The second one, yeah, you're gonna want to start youthful Brewmastering on it, so be smart about how you actually go about this. And if you think the opponent has Dirty Rats against you, try your best not to be playing minions unless you really need to play those minions. So for instance, maybe hold back on the Artificer, try not to be playing the Skaters, the Ysera, Puzzle Master, that kind of stuff, so that you have extra shots of them not actually sniping you with the Dirty Rat. For the matchups, let's look at a similar list with Watercolor Artist and Artanis, so we can actually gauge a little bit more of the matchup stuff. And here's what it looks like. Demon Hunters were not your friend. Menagerie Death Knight, not that hot, but it's not as popular right now. Dummy Warrior can be a problem. Pirate Warrior was a problem. Psycho Rogue 50-50, I feel like it was worse. Even though maybe not so much, they can just freeze those big 8/8s, I don't know. But yeah, all around the deck definitely has some polarizing matchups, but you should be winning more than losing with it if you know how to play it. For the mulligan phase, going first, here's what it looks like. You're going to be looking for your good cheap Protoss spells. For the Primordial Glyphs, you can find more of those. Tide Pools, again, same concept. Arcane Artificer on 1 is not the worst thing you can do. Chrono Boost is also a pretty nice keep, especially if you already have somewhat of a curve for it, and depending on the matchup, you might even consider Rising Waves, or heck, even Puzzle Master Khadgar or Ancient of Yore if you're curving in those. Sometimes the location also makes some sense. On the coin, again, plenty of the same stuff, so mulligan accordingly. That's about it for the guide. Hope this helps you figure out how you want to be playing this deck. And yeah, it's not that expensive, and you can definitely try it out without Exer Hataru, so don't invest too much into this. If you are not sure you want to be playing it, you can just add yourself a watercolor artist or something so you can fish out your blizzards reliably and discount them nicely. Drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you feel like the video was helpful, and now let's check out some of my games on my road back to Legend with this. Hope you enjoy.
Celeste versus Rexa.
The possibilities are endless.
Okay, against Hunter. Against Hunter, I could try like that. Was this guy actually good too? Don't remember, but I must say maybe no. Let's try like this. Let's tempo this thing out. Nothing. Okay, let's see what that do. I mean, I don't need to see what that do right now. It's not like I have mana to play it, so let's just leave it like that. Burn down could be good. Okay, he has a hand buff himself, and he's not having the best of time right now either. Let me rid this man of his body. That ain't the worst, but it's not of any use to me right now. I'm gonna grab this. Nothing there. Thank you for the follow, Emrikayan.
Quickly. I never make you trip.
Okay. I'm just trying to get kind of fucky, but I can freeze a few of these for a while. Next turn I could even boob. But for now I think this would be the play. Okay, boob. Might be the way to go here, but oh, Blizzard is cool as well. I think it's Blizzard this turn, so next turn we can bob and bounce. Bob and bounce, the new fragrance for men. Yeah, let's just do that. Okay, he's gonna flood the board here. I think we're happy with that. Doesn't flood the board here. Feels like we're getting watched. No Blizzard here. Probably still discover it anyway. Okay. Still need a lot more damage to get in before my cool asses can actually handle something like this, but I do believe we should be able to handle it. Eventually I can do the bob next turn again, so I think it's a matter of time. Soon I will be able to play a few spells here and there, so it should be fine. He does have Huffer in there now. Bounce that ass. That must be fun, but not for him. Protoss waiting room kind of deal. We are gonna have the cool ass discounted by 9, so it's gonna be a free mana, which is cute. I do have another Blizzard up there, you know. And another Blizzard in here, surely. More card draw to do it. But not now. That ain't it either. Fuck. Good news is I will be able to make the Colossus up to a 10 damage. Okay, it lived a full life. Can't say that didn't. If I can't find my guys on time, I'm calling rig though. Okay, let me do this. Do this. Draw like crazy. There's a buzzard, there's a cool ass. I'm gonna just buzzard though. I'm a buzzard for now. And can also do this, I guess. I can also fuck over a potential Leok or Huffer out of him. Yeah, basically this guy's getting fucked real soon. This guy is getting fucked in a butt real close to him. In a timely fashion. Excuse me, kind hunter. Go intercourse yourself. I'm so easily amused. I am so easily amused, chat. Let's go ahead like this. Let me grab another one of those. And he is very, very soon gonna intercourse himself. Is there lethal here straight up? It's one off, isn't it? No, it's on. It is on, chat. I'm afraid it's on. That was disgusting, not gonna lie. If I was this hunter, I'd be very, very disappointing in me right now. I would be very disappointed in the person playing against me right now. I would not put it beyond him for him to add me right now. I do believe I might have made a new friend, guys. I don't know. Something tells me a friend might have been emerging all along. Maybe not. Maybe not. That was disgusting though. Like, we literally kept this guy hostage for, what was that, 6-7 turns? That was disgusting, truly. Truly. Pivovar, what are you cooking over there? You Slav, you. Tidepool is fine, Artificer is okay for something to do on turn 1. It's my only 1-drop anyway, so... Brewmaster really wanted to be brewing against the Pivovar. Name a more iconic duo. Any day now. Nothing to write home about, really. Let me strangle you friendly. Yeah, let me give you a nice and tight neck hug. Let me hug that neck of yours. What'd that neck do? I'd rather kill this thing like that. This would have been more mana efficient, but I never got time for that. Start discovering some crap. All that ember. All that ember. We are gonna need a lot of damage against this guy, and also we are gonna have to be careful against his bullshit potential dirty rats. And it's already a 50-50 for us to get fucked. Either one of these minions getting pulled is gonna reduce my damage against this guy, but we still could be doing an obscene amount of damage even with a single, so nothing too bad. Let's just do this and call it a play. I don't need to discover right now, I'm not looking for nothing. I ain't looking for nothing, guys.
The citadel stands strong.
Let me draw some of that. Another one. Another two. That Ember. Freeze a minion, summon a frozen copy of it. Maybe the waves for some leech bullshit later, I don't know. Or it is, I don't know. What can I say? The Colossuses really like to be in my starting hand when there's a dirty rat potential in it. Still far from horrible or anything like that, but it's definitely not making me feel very happy about my odds. Especially how lonely my hand is towards minions here. I guess DJ, but it's not like that's gonna be that great for me later, I don't know. Okay, that's cute. Okay, we already have 20 on the Protoss, and we already have 10 mana. No, 9 mana Colossus when the time comes. I'm gonna be real careful playing these though. With this amount of minions, it's not ideal for me. I don't know, maybe I still do it though. Hopefully it doesn't bring the Colossus, but of course it did. Of course it did. Well, let's just hope it doesn't do the bullshit. I'm gonna do this. Eight mana coolest. So we have 24 on it. Please don't pull it. It's another 50-50, but it is what it is. Would be a damn shame if he has both his dirty rats against the decks like mine. Off the top. Oh, it's behind the skill test, guys. The game is testing him for him to card draw first. Twice. Insta top deck dirty rat into Colossus, guys. Is that how the script is gonna go? Is that what the script is, guys? No. Color me impressed. That's new. Problem is, he is far from where we like him to be. Warp Gate. I don't need the Warp Gate as much now. Let's see if we can discover extra bullshit. Fill my hand with random fire spells, you say? I don't know about that. Rising Waves deals with this shit at least. This is gonna basically show him I have Colossus guaranteed, so I'd rather do this. What? Piece of fucking shit. I didn't even see what the other options were. They didn't seem glamorous, but God knows this was shit too. Kind of funny I'm not top decking a single minion all this time though for a potential dirty rat. And that was my last Protoss spell. Funny. Well, with this, very soon I could do Colossus a couple of times. I already have a counterspell live. Let's put down and waste his ally so he's questioning his life choices, I don't know. What can I say, guys? Such a skillful game that one was. Like, good job, dude. Didn't draw a single minion all this time. Should have played around it, what can I say? Should have played around it. That was just rigged, though. Like, that was such a dirty rat simulator game. Yeah, it might.
The possibilities are endless.
Yeah, this bitch again, right? Let's try like that. Okay, so far so bad. Bit of card draw at least. Oh, this is decent. That should be decent. Let me go ahead and do this, so next turn we can play a 4 mana. Draw shit. This guy ain't doing much so far, but soon he will be able to gain an obscene amount of armor, isn't he?
For Artanis.
Might burn a top deck for me, that'd be dumb. That could be dumb. Okay, that's acceptable for me. Well, I'm just gonna have to waste this. No discount from it, but we don't need to be too greedy with it. It could just be straight up damage way things are going. Is what it is. My chair is real squeaky, guys. How the fuck do you fix a squeaky chair? It's supposed to be a good chair, the IKEA Marcus or whatever the fuck, but squeaky as fuck, dude. It's only a year old or something. It's audible during my videos and shit. Pretty annoying stuff. Any idea how you can fix that? Like, can I oil it somewhere or something? I don't know. Monthly moldy blizzard money? What is this moldy blizzard money you speak of, man? What is that even? Is it in the room with us right now? I can spend some of that raid money if that's what you're referring to, but the blizzard money? Here, this is me wiping my tears with my blizzard money. You didn't see it, did you? Neither did I. Use runestones, it's all they're good for. It is all they're good for, guys. Okay, this guy should be dead in a turn or two. His death is very, very soon. Okay, let me go ahead and do this. Or that. Okay, that was gonna be a bunch of 8/8s in it. Nothing a Blizzard can't fix, but I'm not fussed about it. I could even just freeze them both and gain an obscene amount of armor. Problem is, he could actually Eternal Lay over this bullshit right now and get himself a bunch of armor, but still, thing goes my way. Should be fine. Fucking does the thing. Fucking does the thing. There's the Eternal bullshit. Not very happy about that. $15 armor up. Sure. Burns the top deck for me. Of course, it's gonna be Colossus, right? Right?
My hand is full
That's
to the
fine.
brim.
Should I just play a Sarah here? Could play a Sarah plus location.
How perplexing.
All are nourished when the cycle renews.
Maybe I should have just played this first. I don't know. Whatever, let's just do this for now. But he is gonna gain an obscene amount of armor now. Could go with Exarch next turn and discover the shit out of my cards. Hopefully get some extra Protoss shit. I'm gonna have to put in some work to this one. Thank you for the follow, Carlos. Carlos Katza. Happy to have ya. Hey, we're playing against Philip. Why aren't you in bed? You should be sleeping, silly.
Is close at hand.
I really hope we discover a bunch of Protoss stuff here, though. Fascinating. Is he gonna wheel me next turn? Wheelie? Wheelie. See what that do.
We will become so much more than the universe has left us.
Ball sack.
Reality.
Where that fucking Protoss shit at, dude? Okay, that's good.
Faces a choice. Serve another.
Oh, come on, man. It baited me shot. It was unplayable at first, then it played. But that would have burned me a card, so I guess it's fine. Good news is this is gonna give me the Colossus plus the Warp Gate, so I think we should be fine real soon. Didn't get too many Protoss spells. Well, we did get a couple, so I can't really complain too much there. But God knows I'll try. God knows I'll try. No, it ain't. It's a portal, you idiot. You dumb bitch. It's a portal. Okay. You son of a bitch. I would definitely like to kill these fucks, so I don't want him to do that thing again. I should have killed this 8-1 probably. But I probably don't care either. I'm not gonna discover here because he could burn a card for me there. Need to start blasting some cool asses though. 26 damage a pop. Fuck. Could also actually left it on the board for tempo, given we have a second one, but I don't know. Sadly, it's one off for me to play both the cool asses next turn. That's always going to be the case. There's no way for me to cheat out an extra one next turn, but maybe it's going to be enough. Let's find out. Let's find out. It's not going to be enough now. It is enough-ent. Enough-ent. Couple of Arcanites on it too, so he's going to be gaining a lot of armor. A lot of armor. Come on, Broseps. Balroseps. Feeling pretty brosexual right now, ain't ya? Some extra damage, I guess. There you go.
Challenge
Can you handle that? Still missing my Brewmaster, which is dumb. Got him. Cool. That was a fun little game with Protoss Mage now, wasn't it? Would recommend. Would recommend. Yeah, the deck's pretty fun. Deck is pretty fun, but Dirty Rats can really ruin your day now, can't they? I like the deck, I'm not gonna lie. The deck was fun, but we didn't climb all that much with it. I'm seeing a pattern here, but I do believe the deck should be feeling a bit better after the nerfs indeed.